Hello YouTubers, how are you doing? How are you feeling this week? Please let me know in the comments down below and hit the thumbs up and subscribe while you're there. It really helps support my channel. Today I am sharing a video that is close to my heart. I have been sharing my story for 5 years now, and over the years I've had multiple people reach out, my friends, friends of friends, complete strangers who just saw my story, reach out to me and share pictures of bullseye rashes, describing the early symptoms of Lyme disease to me. And I have done my best to share what I think they needed to know and the resources and things that I wish I had known. And for the most part, everybody really has followed through and taken care of their health. However, there's a handful of people who, for whatever reason, just didn't follow through. And now here I am 4 or 5 years later, and they're reaching out to me describing the neurological Lyme symptoms they're experiencing. They have had multiple syndrome diagnoses like ADD, depression, anxiety, arthritis, early onset Alzheimer's, all kinds of syndromes that have no root cause that could very well be explained by undiagnosed Lyme disease. And it truly breaks my heart to hear these people are still suffering and that they, haven't found the answers. And so I wanted to share this video that, just has 5 tips and information that I think everybody should know. The first thing that I wish everybody knew about Lyme disease is that it can manifest in over 300 different symptoms in no particular order. When I was first getting sick with Lyme disease, I never saw the bullseye rash, but I had some fever, flu-like symptoms. I had a big swollen knee with no known reason, and I literally just was put on bed rest and took some ibuprofen for 48 hours, and then I was feeling okay, and then it came back. And these symptoms can kind of come and go in waves, and they're very easy to just dismiss, write off, and keep moving on with your life. That leads me right into the second thing that I wish everybody knew about Lyme disease is that the early signs can be quite mild. And there's over 300 different symptoms, so I'm going to list them right here, but it's so easy to just think, oh, I got a cold, I got a flu, I sprained my knee, I slept funny. My journal, those early days of me right after being infected, my journal is filled with I think I need to do a cleanse, or oh man, I slept weird on my elbow again, or whatever it was. And looking back, I'm like, oh my gosh, those were such the signs of Lyme disease. The third thing I wish everybody knew about Lyme disease is that the blood testing for Lyme is highly inaccurate. Some studies show that these tests are picking up less than 50% of the cases. And I'll link a video above that explains why this is, but Cliff Notes version, basically Lyme disease is very stealthy and it does not always produce antibodies in the body. So especially during the early stages when treatment is crucial, false negatives are very common. The fourth thing I wish everybody knew is that our doctors are, for the most part, very unaware of this illness. They are reliant on CDC information, which is sharing information they accumulated in the 1990s. Some states on the East Coast of the United States have actually passed laws saying that if you get a false result on your Lyme disease test, that you're to get a letter from the state saying that, hey, false negatives are quite common and you could still have Lyme disease. The fifth thing I wish everybody knew is that this illness does not discriminate. It is found on every single continent across the world, even Antarctica. Some of the birds there are testing positive for Lyme disease. It's been found in every single state in the United States, and it can impact anyone from babies all the way to the elderly, your dog, your cat, your neighborhood birds and squirrels and mice and deer and a million other animals. Even reptiles can pick up these small ticks and get Lyme disease. So just recapping, Lyme disease shows up with over 300 different symptoms in no particular order. The symptoms can be quite mild and easy to ignore in the beginning, and our Lyme tests are reliant on antibodies that aren't always produced in the body, so these tests are highly inaccurate. Our doctors are not being made aware of this illness. They're not looking out for the early signs. They're not offering testing. And lastly, this illness does not discriminate. It can impact anyone from the healthiest triathlete to the laziest couch potato. People are getting bitten by different insects that are carrying this illness. It is the fastest spreading vector-borne disease in the world, and many people are unaware. So learning the early symptoms, becoming very self-aware with how you're feeling, paying attention to your moods, your emotions, your symptoms on a daily basis is really your best bet. I hope you found this information helpful. Feel free to share this video, and again, if you enjoyed, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe below. I'll be back next week with another video, and I've included in the description of this video some very helpful links. I have free resources and understanding Lyme disease video and slides to help you kind of figure this all out, as well as my new book, the Lyme Ease Survival Guidebook, which includes everything that I wish I knew at the beginning of my journey. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Until then, keep healing. Bye.